Welcome back to the Yarny Cave. My name is Brenda, the newbie crocheter, and thank you so much for joining me today. As promised, I am going to give you guys a review on the hooks that I purchased through We Crochet, the dots hooks. If you're not familiar with them, here is a quick glance. I'll post also a picture of them so you see. They are a set of 9 hooks ranging from 2.0 to 6.0. I have had the pleasure of using them. This last few days I started making a baby blanket for specific baby girl. I'm actually using Tweed Indeed from Hobby Lobby from the clearance. It is 46% acetate from cotton and 46% acetate, 46% cotton, 6% viscose, and 2% polyester. So it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It is a size 4 weight, and I am working up a baby blanket using the Suzette stitch, which many of you guys know is one of my favorite baby stitches, and I also have a tutorial for that. So I am going to tell you what I think about the hook, and then we'll go down and I'll show you a little bit of how it works. First of all, this is the hook that I've been using, and I love how it crochets. It's very smooth. This brushed aluminum in the head is very slick, and it works great. My only gripe in reference, and it does have a boy type head. I think it's a little bit less rounded than a standard boy head. It's got a little bit of a tip, but not too much. Anyways, I love the way it works. However, I want to show you something. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. You see the bottom part right there? Looks like it's starting to get worn out. Well, it is getting worn out. It is getting worn out. Truth be told, I have been using it for 2 days. This is all I've gotten done, so it hasn't been like an extraordinary amount of time, but I can see where it's starting to wear off, and it's starting to wear off quite rapidly. I will tell you that this particular color, this rubberized portion here over this pink, it doesn't seem to be very thick. So I suspect, this is just me suspecting, that this is going to wear out quite quickly and the pink is going to get exposed. That's just me, because it is showing signs of wear just by using it 2 days straight. So once again, I just want to reiterate, I love the way these hooks work. Super slick. I use Susan Bates and Boy both, so I have no preference. Lately I've been using the Susan Bates, the long ones. Let me bring you what I've been using lately. Hold on. Okay, so this is what I've been using lately. I quite love these hooks. Like I said, I'm partial to both Boy and Susan Bates. I like them both. There's sometimes I kind of prefer one over the other, but I like them both equally for different projects. So once again, going back to this one, which is what we are, which is the one that I am giving you feedback on. The pink portion is a hard plastic. Doesn't seem very good quality plastic. It's just a real basic plastic. This portion that is colored is a rubberized. It's a rubberized part over the pink plastic. Now, like I said, I've already started using this, and right here there is a section of wear. I don't know if you can see it, but I see it. And I also notice that as I use it, it's almost like an eraser. As you rub it or create friction, it creates a little fuzzies, and it creates a little let me see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see. Needless to say, it's wearing off quite quickly. So I suspect that once that section starts wearing off quite a bit, this pink is going to get exposed, and there's going to be an area there that is going to make it possibly impossible to use, because it will just bother your finger or bother your holding the grip on the hook. Nothing has happened yet. It's still all intact. It's still all there, but I suspect just by using it 2 days. And we all know we have our preference in hook size, and we just stick to a particular size. This is a 5.0. Usually my preferred sizes are 4.0, 4.5, and 5.0. These are my 3 favorite sizes of hooks that I use quite often. So I expect these 3 to be the ones to wear out much quicker. I do love the hook. The only little thing that I noticed in this hook, and this is just a manufacturing issue, and it didn't really cause a problem, but in some little instances I noticed where it got caught. And I don't know, it's so tiny you may not even see it, but inside this piece here, it's almost like they did not smooth it out enough, and there's a little like metal or paint. You can't see it, but I can see it, and I could tell when in some instances when I went into the wrong stitch and I pulled out and then pulled back in, it kind of got the yarn hooked on the little spot. But I also feel that as I used it, it got smoothened out. It got smooth. It became smooth. Guys, this is Sunday and it's late, and I'm trying to give you guys accurate feedback, but I don't know if I can show you. Let me see. I don't know if you can see, and it's really even hard for me to tell just looking at it, but underneath the hook part there's a little snag. I'm not sure if it's on the brush portion of it or if it's the actual aluminum. It looks like there may be like a finish that they put on the aluminum, and that may be part of it. Now, it's the only one that I've used, and like I said, I think that's just a manufacturing issue, but the more I used it, the more it smoothed out, so it wasn't causing any problems. It just kind of caught the yarn once or twice, and that was basically it. Aside from that, the hook is super smooth. It is a great size. It is a great shape. Do I wish this portion of the hook was in a different material? Yes, I wish it was in a rubberized material like it is, but maybe something a little bit stronger, a little bit more durable. Because like I said, I suspect that it's going to be eaten up. So, but aside from this, I would give this particular hook, let's say from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, I would probably give it a 8.5, and the only deductions are because, one, I suspect this finish, this rubberized finish is going to wear off quite quickly, and because of the little unfinished or little snag, little piece that was pulling on the yarn. Aside from that, I think the hooks are great. It is a great price point, so it's well worth what you're paying for. I believe they're charging, let me double check for you what the price is today, because I know that they were out of stock and they were going to bring them back in stock they were going to bring them back in stock I think January 6th, I believe, is when the crochet hooks were going to be back in stock. So let me see. Hook cases, hook sets. Okay, let's see. So the set itself for the 9 is $24.99. It says new, coming soon, available January 6th. So they did wear out, they did sell out, and they are back ordered till January 6th. So it's $24.99 for a whole set of 9. It isn't a bad price point. It really is not. Now, if you buy it with the case, is $30, $29.99. Once again, an additional $5 for the case. A great price point. Once again, the case is great, well worth the $5. So if you guys, and once again, that also says new, coming soon. The set itself with the case does not have a date of January 6th, but just ordering the hooks on their own will be available on January 6th. So crochet.com, which is We Crochet, are the ones where it's where I was able to purchase these. Once again, I love the hook. I love the way it works. So let's get down and see what we can crochet with. Well, I'll keep working on my blanket. I'll show you also, those of you who know, this is what the entire set looks like when you buy it with the case. This is the case you get. It does have a zipper on both sides of the cover, and in the center is just strictly spaces for all your hooks. And like I say, they range from 6.0 to 2.0 and everything in between. So a total of 9 hooks in a really nice rainbow of colors. I'll pop a picture as well so that you guys can see. I'm sure my thumbnail is going to also have a picture of the hooks. Just in case you're wondering, somebody, a couple people have asked me what happened that I took out a video of my unboxing and I put it back up. Apparently what happened was that I got a message from YouTube that I was, it wasn't a strike against me, but they were saying that there was basically someone indicating that the music that I was using, it was copyright, potentially copyright. So I could have responded and kind of fought it, but you know what? Life is too short to deal with that kind of nonsense. So I know I didn't, because I use Cyberlink Power Director. It is a service that I actually pay for once a year, and all the music that I use is available to me via download through this particular program, and everything that I pay for pays for those particular royalties as well. So never had an issue with any of the music that I had downloaded from my program or uploaded through Cyberlink Power Director, and this is just a one-off, and I decided just to go ahead and redo the video, change the music, and post it back up. And that's really all it was. Yes, I lost the views. I don't know if they still credit it towards, those views were already credited to my account or how it works, but I just didn't want to go back and forth, and I figured it wasn't a strike against me. They made sure to let me know that there is no strike against me. The only thing that they did was took out the monetization portion of it, was turned off. But in order to avoid any problems, I decided just to go ahead and redo the video and post it again with different music so that everybody so whoever is claiming that music, that song, that whatever I was using, it would just, you know, he's happy, I'm happy, YouTube's happy, and we can just move forward. What can you do? So anyways, now we can go down here and let's take a look at some of me using the hook. I am going to continue working, show you my continual work on the blanket that I'm doing using this Tweed Indeed. I will be using a little bit of regular acrylic, also worsted weight, and mercerized cotton in a worsted weight as well. So let's go down here and get it going. Okay, so this is the blanket that I'm working on. Once again, it's the Tweed Indeed. I am using the Suzette stitch. I do have a tutorial for this stitch in my YouTube channel, so feel free to go check it out. Like I said, I think the hook works really well. It is super slick. I wasn't getting hung up on anything. And this yarn, truth be told, it is a little bit on the splitty side. I'm sure you can kind of tell. But it was doing just fine. No issues with it. As you can see, the great stitch definition. The yarn is great. I think the hook is great. Like I mentioned before, my only concern is that I think the colored rubberized portion is going to get quite worn out. And you know what? Let me see something. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. So you guys know these hooks, right? This rubberized portion reminds me of this rubberized portion. And that's exactly the same thing that happened here with me. After using it a little bit of time, it started wearing off and a hole was created. I put a little bit of crazy glue in it to kind of seal it and stop it from continuing to wear off. And I can use this hook no problem. But it's basically the same thing that is happening here. I just don't know how much is underneath. If the pink is going to get exposed quite quickly, or if there's a lot more of this blue rubberized portion underneath. But aside from that, I love these hooks. I think this is going to be my next favorite hooks aside from the ones I showed you prior. These Susan Bates, these are one of my favorite hooks. It just quickly became these and the can't think of the name right now. Let me go ahead and the prim, that's what it is, and the prim hooks. These hooks I love these hooks. And this also is rubberized, but for some reason the rubber feels a little bit stronger. This rubber feels very soft, and it like I said, I can see that it's starting to wear off. I'm not gonna harp on that anymore. That's really all. That's my only gripe, really. Like I said too, there was a little bit of it. Maybe you can see it. There was a little bit of a piece of metal that was not completely, I guess, sanded down when this was made. Or, anyways, with the amount of crocheting I have done, it got smoothed out anyway. So I don't even feel it. And to be honest, before I didn't even feel it either. Every once in a while I could see a little bit of the yarn kind of fuzzying up around it, like a little snag. But aside from that, it did great. So love this hook. This is, like I said, 46 acetate, 46 cotton, 6 viscose, and 2% polyester. Let's go ahead and try a little bit of just straight up acrylic. Nothing special. I don't even know what kind of an acrylic this is, but let's give it a shot. I'm a tie crocheter, guys, so it's not uncommon for me to get tripped up in my own stitches. I'll be honest with you guys, I feel myself actually crocheting faster with this hook. I don't know if it's just my head or what, but I do feel like I crochet faster now. Of course, I'm not going to crochet faster now because we all know that working on your foundation chain can be a little tricky. And for me, like I said, I am a tie crocheter, so my stitches are usually pretty tight anyways, and that makes it that much harder for me to go fast. And I'm trying actually to do them pretty loose so that I don't get tripped up on them. The fact that I have long nails don't help either. It is what it is, guys, right? You just got to do with what you got. Let's do some half double crochets. I hold my hook pretty tight too, and I'm sure that's part of the reason why I see it wearing out so quickly. But that's how I work, so that affects the way that my hooks react, and that affects how much they last, how quickly they get damaged, break. Let's get it here. And some double crochets. You know, to be honest with you, I think the ultimate would be these hooks with Bella Coco's finish. The plastic or the rubber that she's using in her hooks is outstanding. It is super like silk sleek. I mean, this is just a plastic, the handle. And you can tell it's gonna last a while. It's like a really good quality. I don't know what it is, if it's just plastic or if it's a rubberized plastic or what it is, but or if it's some kind of, I don't know, acrylic. I don't know what it is. I just know that it is a great quality handle, and I wish I could just kind of marry these two. I love the shape. I love the length. I love this hook. I love the head. It's super slick. I love the color, the way they did the dots and the different colors, and the way they put the size embossed in here. I don't know if you can see it. In the back, it's got that name, So Mate, which is the company, I believe. But you can see here, you see a little bit of a manufacturing hiccup there. So, you know, they're not the best quality for the handle exactly per se, but this particular portion of it is super slick, and I really do like them. So that's your acrylic. It's not the best softest acrylic, so but it still worked just fine. You guys saw it didn't get hung up or anything. If it got hung up, it's probably because of my tight stitches, which is my own fault, but pretty good on that. Let's test it on some mercerized cotton. See if I can find the end on this bad boy. I don't know. Let's see. There's a little bit of a drag with this mercerized cotton, but I used this cotton for the first time not too long ago. This is a 24/7 cotton from Lion brand. It is mercerized, and it is a little bit rough. It's not the softest cotton. As you can see, before I was using this other one here, and you could see how smooth and quickly it was going. So there's a little bit of drag on this one, I can feel already. But in all fairness, remember what I said earlier, I do have very tight stitches. I crochet very tight, and that alone creates drag. That alone creates drag, so I have to be honest and fair. It's not always the hook's fault that I'm having a hard time with my stitches. A lot of times it's user error because of how tight I crochet. I'm sorry if I was off camera, guys. But it's not getting hung up. It is moving pretty slick in the, it's pretty smooth in the yarn. We all know that cotton tends to be a little harder, not only on our hands, but on the hooks. If you hear any crazy noises behind in the background, my husband's in the garage working on his woodworking machine. He's actually trying to get it running properly while trying to create a project for his son, for our son, which is probably not the best thing to do. I did receive a couple emails with some people that are interested in some items, and I will be working on those shortly. As always, I always create the items first, and then I'll send you an invoice once it's ready for payment. That way you don't pay too far ahead. Okay, what's going on here? And that's what we got. So once again, I give this hook an 8.5. My only gripe is the finish on the handle. I just think it's going to wear off quite quickly. You can see, I don't know if you can see the little fuzzies coming up from the friction between the finger and the rubber. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my only concern. I'm not concerned with the size. I think that's not going anywhere. I'm not concerned with the name being, it's not going anywhere. I'm not concerned with the design. I think the design is really pretty. I'm not concerned with the hook. I think it's slick. I think it's nice, and it works very well. It's a perfect size. I have no issue with the length. I think it's a great size length if you're a pencil holder, or even if you're a knife holder, because it doesn't stab you, which I think is most of the, unless you have a really big hand. But, and that's possible. My only gripe is this potential that is going to get worn out. I'm going to see the way this hook looks once I'm done with this baby blanket, and I'll try to show you guys how the hook ended once I was done with the project, so you get a good idea of how the wear and tear is going to be on this hook. Aside from that, I like them. It's a great price point, $25.99 for a set of 9, $29.99 for a set of 9, plus the case. They do have different color cases. I think it is a really pretty case. It's well made, and for $30, $29.99, I'm sure
we can find coupons, guys, because you know coupons are always available in some form or another, but it'll probably end up being even a little bit cheaper. But I like it. I really, really, really like it. I sound like somebody I used to be in commercials. I really, really like it. Anyways, so tell me, guys, what do you think? You know, give it a shot. I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I got a second set. I'm going to hold off on doing anything with that second set to see how this holds up. If Soulmate is looking or sees this, or Crochet.com, We Crochet sees this, an advice or recommendation, it would be to rethink the quality of this rubber so that this does not happen so quickly once you start using it. And because I am almost certain, based on the way that it feels and the way that I can see the friction causing the little fuzzies, that there is going to be a hole there soon. Anyways, let me bring you back up.
So welcome back, guys. So yeah, what do you think of the review? Beautiful case, beautiful colors, great variety in sizes. I love the way they look. I love the way it feels. I love the way they crochet. I'm just not 100% on the actual material that they used here, so we will soon find out what happens once I finish making this baby blanket. Will the hook last? Or will I run into the same problem that I did with this guy, that actually I ended up eating a hole in the rubber portion? And I tell you, the rubber feels almost identical to this one. So I just hope that it doesn't eat through and I'm left with a hook and a hole in this section. But I do like it. I'm enjoying using it, and I think you will too. So once again, if you're wondering where I got these from, these are from Crochet.com. It's We Crochet. It's the name of the company. They ran out, so they have them. They are selling them, but they will not be available till January 6th, or you will not be able to order them till January 6th. So check them out. Look at the review that I'm giving you. I'm not sure if other people have done reviews, but check them out. I like what they've done thus far with this baby blanket that I'm making. And once again, if you're wondering about this is a baby blanket that I'm making for a little girl. This is set stitch that I have a tutorial for in my channel, and I am using the Tweed Indeed yarn from the Hobby Lobby clearance this past year. It is called Blush Tweed, and once again it is 46% acetate, 46 cotton, 6% viscose, and 2% polyester. A beautiful yarn. It does say that it is washable and dryable. It does call for a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I am using a 5.0, but that's because I wanted the blanket to not be too holey. As you can see, it already is pretty airy. So I wanted it to be, since it's a blanket, I want it to be a good coverage. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for checking me out. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, share, and comment. Tell me what you think about these hooks. Tell me what you think about, I don't know, the baby blanket, about the yarn, the Tweed Indeed. Do you have it? Did you get it through the Hobby Lobby clearance? Let me know. And yeah, tell me what you think about the new hooks from Crochet.com. Tell me what you think. Do you think you're gonna give it a try? You know, honestly, hooks don't last forever unless you use like a metal, an aluminum hook that doesn't have any kind of nothing. It's just a straight up aluminum hook, which is why a lot of people just use aluminum hooks. But for those of us that enjoy looking at not only cute hooks but also you know, have had carpal tunnel syndrome and have issues with dexterity, these types of hooks are much better for us. So they're ergonomically correct, and they actually help us with the aches and pains that we feel in our hands when we're crocheting for days on end. So that's really all I have. I told you guys what happened with my last video. Promised to give you a review on the hook. I was wanting to use it for a period of time before I gave you a good review, so that I can really tell you what I thought about it, aside from the fact that I love the way they look and I love the way the hook feels. Now you have a better insight as to what potential problems they may have or may not have. Like I said before, if you don't hold your hooks very tight, you may not even ever experience the same problem that I do in wearing out these hooks. It could be user error. It happens. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Happy New Year, guys. It is the 1st of January, and I already wish you guys a Happy New Year, but I'll wish you guys another, again, Happy New Year. I hope that this year is full of blessings, full of love, hope. I just hope that each one of you has a year full of everything that your heart desires. I love you. Stay cool. Stay warm. Stay crocheting from the Yarny Cave. Peace. God bless you guys. Talk to you soon.